just such a sucker for the audio. I just want the audio right. So, bud?
Hi, Scott.
And you moved right out of your mic.
Hi, Scott. Hi. Hey, Scott.
Such a...
Hi, Scott.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, it sounds so good. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Doing great.
It's been a time.
It's been a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that I see these days, it's like I have to ask, how's the last month been for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a weird time in Minnesota. That's for sure.
It's been harsh in Minnesota. Right to it.
I mean, not to bring the mood down too much, but we're out of we're no longer taxpayer supported, correct? As a show. Oh,
you're talking about Twin Portals? Yeah, I thought we were talking about the rest of the stuff.
Well, I'm talking about Twin Portals now.
Oh, you're talking about Twin Portals now. You changed it on me.
Because that means that we can get into these kind of subjects a little bit more freely.
Yes. Well, let's start with hi, Matías.
Hi, Scott.
What's going on, buddy?
We're gonna do some mini painting today.
Yeah.
And now I can turn towards you and still be audible.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you. I always had the note stuck in my head from your mom. It's like, I like watching the show, but with the microphone's right in your face. Does it have to be? And I always felt bad about that. But yes, I'm sorry. It does, because I'm still learning this stuff a lot.
Grandma Valero appreciates you.
It was Grandma. My apologies. Anyways.
Kid's grandma. Eliza's grandma.
Gotcha. And that's how you refer to things now, is how it is in relation to the kids.
I no longer have a mom.
You really gave yourself up.
Yep.
When you had those childs. That's how it goes. Anyways, we got back together again to do some mini painting again.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the last live show.
Which was in December?
January, bud.
January?
Yeah. It's a month ago.
It has been a month.
Yeah. 30-ish days.
Only?
Because it was the 10th.
That's crazy.
And I'm recording this on the 9th.
Wow, it feels like a lot longer than that to me.
December was DM. November was Femstems Gems.
Yep.
October was last mini painting. That's how long it was.
Yeah. Very little time. A few months that in normal times would fly by.
Yeah, most definitely. But yes, it's been weird up here. Before we get into that, let's talk about the mini stuff real quick. What do you? Sure. Yeah, because I don't have any of my stuff out right now. What are you doing?
I'll narrate my plan for you.
Please do.
While you set up. So today I have a few DM staples on hand. I'll start with this is a monster from I think it's from first edition D&D actually. It's one of my personal favorites, and it doesn't get a lot of love. This is the Periton. I've used it in Twin Portals and in my home games. It's an interesting monster because the Periton, as I understand it, is not from classical myth, and it's also not a Wizards of the Coast staple monster. The Periton is a mythical beast that was either popularized or invented by the Argentinian author Jorge Luis Borges in one of his books from the 60s, I think. Possibly the 50s. But it's just meant to be a creature that preys on people's dreams and gives them nightmares. It's one of those sort of creatures. And they look like an eagle with a deer head. So
did this make an appearance in the live show? Because I remember something about my dreams being eaten. Or somebody's dreams being eaten.
It made an appearance in Twin Portals Season 2 towards the end.
Okay.
There were Peritons guarding the Cult of the Dragon lair in the Sword Mountains.
Back in the day.
Yep.
Back in the day. Cool.
So yeah, the Periton. They're cute. And they're not very challenging monsters really, but I just think they're cool. I also have a little mini intellect devourer because I feel like every DM should have a little mini intellect devourer.
Yeah, little Terry.
Terry.
You gave me one. You were very nice too. And then I looked at it and immediately thought about how bad my eyes have gotten in the last year or two. I had LASIK surgery about 12 years ago now. So after, like, at the 11-year mark, it's like, oh, it's starting to go again. Yep. And then 12, it seems like cascading. It feels like.
Is that a thing where you have to re-up it every decade or something? I'm not sure how LASIK works.
I understood it that the changes were going to continue. Like the degenerative changes were still going to happen either way.
With all things.
So, but I did definitely appreciate the 10 years of no worries about it. So
Yeah.
And but yes, you brought this lovely little, very, very, very tiny,
very high res on the camera.
probably looks great.
It's like a little Skittle.
Essentially, yeah, with a little clear plate too. I kind of dig that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you commented just one thick brush stroke, and it's done. And that's sad because that is exactly what my plan was.
Sure.
For that guy. What else you got?
It can be an enchanted. It's just all green. Intellective hour.
It's swimming.
Yeah. I've got a gold dragon breathing flames with a little pile of treasure. So some more DM staples.
No kidding.
Yeah. I don't have like a lot of prop material for D&D. Like some DMs have like their whole box of doors and walls and stuff. And I've never like gone all in on that, but it'd be nice to have a few things to whip out, especially some treasure when the time is right. So
yeah, I dig it.
Yeah. Lastly, I have an Eldritch Horror, the famous Aboleth, which featured heavily throughout Twin Portals.
Yeah.
They may come back in future materials, so I just thought it'd be nice to have one just in case.
Yeah, it kind of looks different in stone form.
For sure.
Yeah.
And now it's in plastic form.
Oh, the World of Warcraft, the stone wind music just crushed just now.
So good.
Just crushed just now. So I went to Rogue Robot and I picked myself up a little shale heart. I got myself, what is this called again?
A bulette.
A bulette. That's what it is. And again, for the same reasons, I wanted to paint something a little bit larger. My last one was this guy, this gal, one of my woodland barbarian that I started to set up on, but never really finished. And so I wanted to do something larger. I saw Shaleheart there. I'm like, absolutely taking Shaleheart. Comes out and looks a little, still kind of posable, not posable, but has a few different ways. It can be in party mode, so that works too.
And you need to like do one of those attachments on the bottom so you can like pose it. And they sell like magnetic attachments for minis, for standees like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should do that. The other one I got is a Beholder variant, which I'm really digging because also played a little bit of a role in Twin Portals.
Yeah, it's a snaky one.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put my lights on.
This looks like, I know, this one to me says Spelljammer for some reason. There were a lot of Beholders in that book.
Oh, I have it over there, don't I? I got to look at that again. All righty. So that's what we're working on. I'm going to go with my Bulette first because I got my browns out.
I think I'm
going classic.
Yeah, I'm going to go Periton. I'm going to give it some like brown and like bright red. Like a red-winged blackbird.
Oh, nice.
But with brown instead of black. Red-winged brown bird.
How much extra light can I bring to the party here? You've got a sweet setup, bud.
Cheers.
All right. And you bring some wash for me to use?
I did. I got a couple different kinds. Black, brown, and more black. Sorry, it's the class. It's Nuln oil by Citadel Paints.
It's what now?
Nuln oil?
Nuln?
It's a Warhammer thing. Nuln.
Gotcha. Oh.
It's the most famous wash on the market, I think.
The most famous. Okay. So. Well, I just realized I grabbed metallic copper, which I do like.
Sick.
But I don't know if that should be the base. I think it should be more of a flavor. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to do that too, wasn't I? That thing where you shake it.
Painting ASMR.
All right. You started talking about Minnesota, bud.
I did.
Let's get into it and get it out of the freaking way.
Well, I just, I was saying I feel like I can't talk to people that I haven't seen for a little while these days without being like, are you okay? Are your friends and family okay? I mean, like relatively speaking, because nobody's really okay these days. It's pretty effed up in the cities.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. I do feel removed from it still.
Yeah.
I do feel that 140-mile barrier, which is only a couple of hours. It's, so difficult to watch. Laura and I talk about it every so often. She's a nurse, and so the Alex Preddy murder hit her especially hard.
Yeah.
And I agreed with her. Her statement was it was very difficult to watch that happening to somebody who would be doing the exact same thing I would be doing in that situation. And I think that's not an uncommon thing. I imagine a lot of people had that same feeling.
Yeah, I mean, Renee Good is the same age and demographic as Angela, It's very close to home.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, is that it's still on my TV mostly. In my part of town, nothing has really happened so far. You had an incident recently, which wasn't even, not even sure it was confirmed anything, but it was just something that happened in the night.
Well, I will say I went to one of the constitutional observer trainings that was held.
Yeah.
There were a few of them. Like a group's been going around the state doing that, teaching people what to do to support and protect people in compromised situations like that. If ICE is trying to arrest someone or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the most uplifting things I've been to all month, because it was at Peace Lutheran and the place was completely packed. Like it felt like the whole town was there.
Yeah.
Like the cars lined up down the street and just a bunch of community support.
Were they prepared for that number of people?
They seemed like they were, actually. Like there was a ton of people brought like food for guests. There was like an area for kids. Every chair was full. Everybody had materials.
I had no doubt. I was just wondering, that would make it more effective. Well, at least not detract from the training when there's that many people. I was just saying, I was equating it to my experience. We had the caucuses last week.
Yeah.
And I went to the one where it was at Denfeld, and I ended up waiting in line, I think, for 25 minutes to get registered because they didn't seem to be ready for that number. And it ended up taking away from the experience a little bit because I didn't get into my room until well after 7:00, and everything was running on time because that's what the laws of the DFL said. Anyway, but it sounded like your situation, they were ready for that. Like it was expected.
Yeah. And the local news was there. They had a lot of it was based on like turn to the people around you and like talk about why you're here and what you have going on. And so I met some people that, are really in the thick of it. Like their family hasn't left the house in months. And it's just like...
It's like going back to COVID.
Seriously.
At least we had some prep for it.
Yeah. But so, yeah, this weekend, I was just walking the dog, and all of a sudden I heard like a lot of angry yelling and whistling and a block away up the hill. And so I pivoted and started heading that way right away. And by the time I got there was nothing there. There was silence.
That's the worst.
It's really freaky. I don't know. But the whistling is supposed to be like, the signal that something's going down. So.
Yeah, it's a call to attention for sure. Yeah. I've got a couple of them. I got one that I take with me when I'm going out. One that I keep in the car now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eliza knows about it. She's on it. She's got a whistle too.
Nice.
She's ready. Yeah. I will say I'm very proud of Minnesota. Like, what a cool state.
It's nuts.
So
glad
that we live here.
I bought a ticket to the AEW wrestling show that's coming in March.
Okay.
Because I was like, I have to be in that building for that energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you changing your behaviors? Are you
mainly just trying to keep an eye out in Duluth? Like I check the iceout.org website every day.
Yeah, I'm on that app pretty good.
On Signal with the different rapid response groups and just trying to like be as informed as I can. But I haven't been down the cities. Haven't had much opportunity to unless I skipped out on work, which
you would never.
I don't often.
I know you would never.
Only if all my staff are also.
I went.
Which they probably would.
Yeah. I went past the cities down to Bloomington. Laura and I went to 2DCon Unplugged.
Yeah.
This wasn't last weekend. It was a weekend and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah.
As I was giving you crap about not knowing when we were last recording, and I don't know when I was on vacation.
Dude, time is a construct. You know something crazy about time?
Oh, no, whoa. We did this last time.
I got another time fact for you.
Oh,
Maybe
good.
I said this last time. I don't remember.
All right, hit me.
Just the higher in elevation you are, the faster time passes.
Yeah.
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 Did I talk about that?
No, I knew that one before.
Okay.
The astronauts lose time, don't they? Or do they gain time?
They lose time because it passes by more quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the scale of like a few seconds, if you're up on a mountain for your whole life, your clock will be off.
Your clock will be
So
off.
if you're like really bored and waiting for something, just go on a hike on a mountain. Time will pass by a little faster.
You'll be time traveling.
Literally.
Not like when I time travel.
Yeah. So that's one of our loading screen tips in Chrono CCG is
waiting
for your opponent. Go on a hike on a mountain.
How is it going, buddy?
It's going good, but I didn't want to take away. You were going to tell a story.
I don't remember.
I don't.
We were talking about 2DCon.
2DCon, yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about 2DCon, and that's the one time I went down to the cities since all of this has gone on. 2DCon Unplugged. It's their tabletop only experience. They capped attendance, I think, at 600 this time. Plus, they had roughly 100 vendors. 100 people for vendor staff, yada, yada, support. And so there's around 700 just tabletop-oriented people hanging out at the Doubletree Bloomington. And it was a fantastic time. Laura and I started, that was our third time. We kind of just go to treat it as a vacation. It's like we're just getting away.
Yeah.
We played one game, Quacks of Quinlanburg, which is... Huh?
How was it?
It was awesome because it was the exact same one game we had played the year before, which I think was exactly the one game we had played the year before. We go down there, we hit up the board game replay booth, which is just heaven if you've got some spare cash laying around or board games that you're sick of.
Sure.
People bring in their board games, gently used, sealed, things like that, and put reasonable prices on them. And so the stock is constantly changing as people, come to the con, leave the con, things like that. I ended up buying, I wrote them down, 4 games. I bought one called Woodcraft. Have you ever heard of that one?
Probably. I think so. Sounds fun, though.
I always ask people ask me if I've heard of that board game, and I've heard of just the 19 that are on my shelf, and I've only opened about 6 of those. So that's basically my board game experience.
Yeah.
Woodcraft, it's about creating a wood shop. So it's kind of like building your own economy. I was sold on it by the fact that you apparently alter the dice, like your dice rolls somehow in the game, using like sawing them in half, gluing them together, things like that. So I'm like, all right, you got me on that. I'll try that one.
Yeah.
One called Dog Park, which is about being the best dog walker in the neighborhood. It had fantastic art. I cracked it open. And, it was an opened game when I got it. It had expansion packs with it. And I found out that it was also a first edition because it had limited edition art, which of course made me feel more special for no particular reason at all.
That's very special. First edition Dog Walker.
Galileo Galilei, which is about discovering planets and solar systems and whatnot. And then the Seaside expansion to Dominion, which I just keep collecting those because I have to.
Were you like a big Dominion player when it was first like a big thing?
No, it got introduced to me through some friends. I just remembered playing it and having a good time. So I asked for it for Christmas one time, played it a few times with the family, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And started looking up the expansions because I knew there were a lot of them, but I didn't quite know what they did. So I started looking them up, finding my favorites, committing them to memory. And Dominion Seaside was available in a sealed copy for, I think, like $20 or something. So I said, yeah, we're doing this.
Nice.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I sold 2 games as well.
What'd you sell?
I sold
what was on the chopping block?
My 2nd edition copy of Sheriff of Nottingham, which I bought at Dungeon's End when that closed. And Thornwatch.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I feel bad about it, but it went to a good home. And Thornwatch, which was the Penny Arcade tabletop game by Jerry Holkins and Mike Krahulik.
Tabletop, like a adventure game?
Yeah, it's like it's a narrative, cooperative storytelling experience. One person plays like the forest, the Thornwatch, whatever it was.
Oh, I remember those strips. Yeah, it was like its own little side story.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the other people at the table play the Watchers, Seekers.
I mean, that sounds pretty rad.
The Thornies. But that one I remember buying on the Penny Arcade rummage sale when that was going on. Whoa, under light, this looks way different. Why have I been doing this in the dark?
Do you have a good gold paint by chance? I do not.
I won't say it's good.
I think this gold paint cup has been sitting for like 6 years and it's just like solid brown now. Thank you.
Yeah, give that a shot. Just tell me it's good. That's all I need to know. I just need to know it's good.
That looks like a shiny gold.
Is that a good gold?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can't have any.
No.
I'm here to take away your experiences. I'm a DM.
That's why I got into DMing, was just so I could make people frustrated.
That would be the only reason I would DM, is to just traumatize people. It's like, I had to feel these things, and now you must feel these things.
It's like being a therapist, except like a really bad one.
I want to be the reverse therapist that gives you the terrible experiences. That's my job. I'm not even painting. I'm mixing the paints and then dabbing them. my paintbrush in the water and then mixing some more and then looking at my cheat sheet for something to talk about.
Mix, swirl, mix.
What's that from? Is that Chrono?
It's not from Chrono. It's thematic for the night, though. It's from World of Warcraft. It's one of the Forsaken Undead, just like idle lines when you click them.
Oh.
NPCs. They go mix, mix, swirl, mix. And I know that because my first character in 2006 or whatever was an undead warlock, baby. Named Matman.
I think my first character might have been a warlock, might have been a rogue. Definitely one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the two. I was about doing damage. I played on a few servers. I did play on one PvP server, Manaroth.
That's where it was at. I played on a PvP server as well.
We had some heavy lift in there.
Back in the day, man. The world PvP in WoW.
Oh,
it's the best.
Magical times.
Yes.
I think of it fondly and would not want to go back to it at all.
I still play on a PvP servers with like I'm flagged, like I turn it on. You can opt in now. And it's just not the same. We'll see. I don't know if it's ever going to come back.
It was nice to live in that time, though.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of things coming back,
measles.
My whole house has been sick over the last week.
Wasn't measles, right?
No. Although I hear that's on the rise in some circles.
Anyways,
I was going to say Guild Wars, the original Guild Wars by NCSoft and ArenaNet.
Yeah, bud.
That was my first MMO that I purchased. Like I borrowed my friend's WoW account in high school because I didn't have a credit card. But I bought Guild Wars because you could buy it and there was no subscription fee.
Yep.
Wow,
same.
Was that a good game? Like
same.
Wow.
I couldn't get into it though. I didn't have the same feels for it you did.
To me, dear viewer, I recommend Guild Wars 1 to you. Guild Wars 2 is also good, but Guild Wars 1 is such a unique game. It's like an RTS and an MMO and like a role-playing game, and it's got an awesome story. It's got like it's a deck building game too. Like
there you go. Now we got to it.
Yeah. Like
now we got to it.
The unique thing about it is that the game has hundreds and hundreds of skills and
it's way too many.
Like 10 different classes.
How many skills can you equip at once?
8. And you have like a certain number of like skill points that you can use to like buff different talent trees or like different, cards in your deck basically. Because you have your deck of 8 cards. And you can set up your team of 8 heroes. So they each get 8 skills. And so really you're setting up like a 64 card deck of skills every time you go out into a zone. And you just have to like solve the puzzle or whatever you need to beat that zone. I could go on. I love Guild Wars 1. It's so unique. And anyway, so the game stopped being updated like 15 years ago, but just this last fall, like all of a sudden they were like, hey, Guild Wars 1 Reforged. We're going to like update it just for the hell of it. Like, here you go. Like we got some old devs of the game that are just passionate about it. So they like did a bunch of cool little quality of life updates. And then this last week,
whole thing you're starting is like a game shutting down and then studios coming back saying, no.
I love it.
So, watch me.
This week, one of the original balancers of like game balance lead of the game, Guild Wars 1, Isaiah Cartwright, did a balance patch for the game. Like he just took the data from the last 15 years and was like, hey, these skills have been underused for a long time. Let's buff them and see what happens. Let's shake it up. Why not? We have the tools now to do that. My theory is that they're building up towards eventually releasing the game on mobile, which would be awesome because I think it would play really well on mobile. But we'll see. Anyway.
I got into 2 more than 1, mostly at your urging. If I remember that correctly.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I do remember one interaction we had because I screenshotted it at one point. That was early on. You were taking me around someplace, showing me how to power level, and we were by some frogs. And one of the frogs like emoted or something like that, and tried to lick me or something like that. And I told you, I said, yeah, a frog just tried to lick me. And your response was, must be a cast party. So what was going on in your life where you were getting licked at cast parties is kind of my question.
What year was that?
I don't know. It was after Guild Wars 2 came out and after we started talking.
So Guild Wars 2 came out the first summer that I lived in Duluth, and I know that because it's basically like all I did in my free time. So I didn't know anybody. I swear it was like before I met Angela and got involved in theater because I had a bunch of free time. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway.
you had been playing it a long time, so we had known each other at this point. So it's well past your first year.
Okay.
Because we didn't start gaming together until when?
Well, I mean, I also played Guild Wars 2 for years, so like that, you know.
We didn't hang out.
A little bit.
All right.
I knew of you, Scott, before you knew of me.
I know.
Because I came to improv shows a lot.
And you saw me in hair.
And I saw you in hair. I saw you in hair.
You saw me in hair.
Yep.
So that's not for the stream.
But it could be now.
It could be now.
Dear viewer, ask on Discord. Scott's experience in hair.
No, I don't. Yeah, we didn't get into the MSAB stuff, did we?
As far as just like what's going on?
Yeah, we started talking about it, and then we were like, oh, wait, let's do a proper introduction. Oh, wait, my headset's too loud again. Things like that. So
yeah, what's the latest, Scott? How do you feel about it?
So we had the last live show. Mm-hmm. How'd you think that went?
That was lovely.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I was, of course, outraged when I realized I never bothered to focus your camera.
Barely noticeable.
By the way,
full screen.
Didn't bother to focus my camera or Beth and Bailey's camera either. We just got lucky. We spent so much time
just run on instinct
messing with that dice cam that kept drifting out of focus on Beth and Bailey's side that the mental note I gave myself to go back and check to have you actually stand there for a focus, it never came back in my brain. Never came back in my brain. But I didn't beat myself up over it like I would have back in the early years. So I was just like, well, that sucked. It's workable. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So, and I actually did run that through a sharpen process too. That's a little bit cleaned up. It was definitely worse and halo-y.
I don't think it looked artificially sharpened. So
no, I
good
tried,
process.
Yeah, I tried to make sure. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve does some good work. Really dig that space there at Studio 4.
Yeah,
I think it's great for that stuff. I was really surprised with the crowd too.
Me too.
Tons of kids.
Yeah, it's the best part.
I suppose.
I don't know. I feel like, if we're gonna have any lasting legacy,
that's true.
Those little.
That's true.
Dudes,
they had a good time. They
all cosplayers again.
Yeah.
The cosplayers.
Actually, old classmate of mine, Jasmine, from my one of my many times I went to Lake Superior College, brought her kids, a bunch of her kids, and she's like, "Well, I don't know anything about it, but they love it." I'm like, "Wow, all right, sweet, glad you came." And then it's nice that it's free. They don't, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to get the whole family in. Everyone had a great time, and yeah. I wore my Fitbit for the first time and realized that I burned 7,500 calories that day. And I think I walked 14 miles.
Did you have a feast afterwards?
No. No, it's basically like running a half marathon.
Sure.
Which I've done twice. Well, jogged a half marathon, let's be honest. So tons of work, but I thought the show went really well. And that was our last performance as contracted agents of the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
We were working pretty consistently under grants from the Minnesota State Arts Board.
Which you diligently applied for and managed.
Yeah.
Like a pro.
Yeah, a lot of that. So I still have one final report to do. I have about 70% of it done, I think. A lot of it's budget stuff and demographics. But now we can kind of do whatever we want.
Right.
Was your point. So we are no longer
free agents.
Yeah, essentially. Well, we are free agents now. We can solidly do whatever content we feel like at whatever pace we feel like. The downside is for the short term, there are no live shows on deck.
Right.
Which is a bummer. But if you heard the part about 7,500 calories, 14 miles.
Several days.
34,000 steps.
Yeah.
I hope you understand that it's kind of nice for me to not do it. Like the most stressful part of this job has always been set up, tear down in the live shows. And if we hang out in the studio for a good bit of time, then we can build things up. Like we have made changes from the last time we did mini painting, for example, and I'll understand there's some things I don't like from this that I'm going to change for if we do it again. And now we can start lining up some longer or get some more programming lined up and just shift a few things around rather than me have to pack everything up and take it down and bring it back.
Yeah.
It's just hard to do.
Put your energy towards something more creative and less backbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, the backbreaking is all right. It needs to get done. The job's got to get done. So that's how we do that. But yeah, I'm excited to take a little bit of time off from that and figure out what else we can do in the studio.
Yeah.
Start get some consistent programming. I will say I do miss playing Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like I haven't done that in a while.
I was thinking about it earlier today. Like, man, just like if I was going to play D&D, like what would I do? And I had like so many ideas. Immediately I was like, oh my God, I want to play some more D&D right now. D&D is great. I think I've like prepping for Twin Portals is fun and fulfilling, and honestly like relaxing and centering, and like it's a creative outlet, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like kind of like what you're getting at with the live show prep, like being able to play D&D, hopefully, you know, like more like home game style D&D and more like varied formats of D&D where we kind of just get to like try things and fire up the creativity a little bit, I think is like more relaxing and more calming and a little more exciting too, to me. So
whoa,
about it.
Diablo just hit.
Tristram
just hit. And I feel like I need to go fight something.
Have you played Diablo recently?
I've, well, I guess technically in Heroes of the Storm.
You're a pretty good character in Heroes of the Storm.
Tanky. I play Vala.
She's the barbarian.
She is the demon hunter. Because I just play AI. I play the computer. I want to get back to actually doing some story stuff. I miss playing Dungeons and Dragons. This is a lot of work to not play any Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Do you have any story stuff dreams, Scott, that you'd like to expound on?
I was really liking where we were, what we were doing with
Mormo.
Yeah, with Mormo and the Theater of the Seasons. Is that what it calls? Amphitheater of the Seasons?
The Fey Amphitheater.
The Fey Amphitheater. Something like that. I thought we'd gotten into the seasons in the last one, but
I think I called it that, yeah.
Whatever. Somebody may have accidentally let it slip in their notes. Yeah, I really kind of dug that setting. I liked what we were doing. The meta cracks me up with the theater stuff.
Yep.
Because I think there's endless content for our friend group. We've got so many people with so many different specialties in theater. Got the sniffles, bud. A
little sniffly, yeah. Like I said, my whole family's been sick lately, so there's still a little bit of that. Hope they don't pass it on.
Yeah. That's the one thing about having no kids, is that eventually you look at your friends with young kids and you go, oh
my God,
you're infested, aren't you?
It's like George Carlin. It's just making us really strong.
That's true. I used to feel that way, and now I'm like, get away from me. I don't want what you have. Anyways,
we talked about starting a home game just as like a way of cutting loose.
Yeah, you teased me with that.
Yeah, and I'd still like to.
Let's do it.
I will say, like, I'd like to get the next episodes of a show lined up. Like, that's a little higher priority, but
we should do that too.
Yeah, but I also do want to start a home game. But if the West Marches, Frontier, Fey Amphitheater, all of that setting interests you,
it does.
If you can find other players who are also down for it, we could run home games in that setting as well as live shows in that setting, and just like have the stories not related, intertwined slightly, intertwine when it makes sense to, and just kind of like make a whole thing out of it, make it a more lived-in story.
Let's do it. Fun. Right now, my big stress is how am I going to get this room set up for 5 people D&D? It always. Yeah, I can never believe that we had this much stuff in here.
Yeah.
I mean, and the room's kind of okay for this. I'm a little wishy-washy on it. It's just there's more work that needs to be done. I haven't exactly got the vision just right. So that gives me a little bit of stress. Once we get one done, I'll be thrilled because then we got something to work with and we can make improvements off of that. But it's getting that first one done.
For sure.
Always stresses me out. I'd like to keep doing what we've been doing in the live shows. I think there's good stuff there. I'd like to bring back some of the folks we've been using. See who's interested in coming back and playing D&D for free.
What? I don't play D&D for free.
Right, I'm a performer. I know who will say that.
Anyway, there's a new platform that just kind of became a thing like mid last year, I think. I forget the name of it right now. But it's basically like a much more organized attempt at connecting DMs and players.
Oh, nice.
For folks that want to just play D&D online. And there's like, you can like sort by paid or by unpaid games. And there's like a lot of users on it. Like I browsed for a little while, just seeing like what the market was like, and a lot of paid DMs with like thousands of games of experience. Like, come play one of my 20 different one-shots that I have prepped. It's like, wow. That's wild.
Look what she's done.
So, I mean, I could do that.
Well, the palette's not shifting too much on this guy, but I think I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah. I want to get to the wash step because that's my favorite step. It's so satisfying. But we've got more miles to go before I sleep. Promises to keep.
What did we talk about? We had talked about doing a Session 0 episode.
Yep.
Which I like. Had you done a Session 0 before we did one for Twin Portals?
I think that was my first one.
That was my first one. I knew that. I was just wondering if I brought that in because I want to put that on my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, I'll give you all the credit.
Introduced Session 0.
I was going to drop a Tarrasque on you, and Scott was like, whoa, Matías.
This is not what I signed up for. We talked about this in Session 0.
Yeah, let's get together as a group and rein it in, bucko.
No Tarrasque on Session 1.
Session 2, maybe.
Session 2, we'll talk. I had learned about Session 0s at PAX West 2018.
Yeah.
Because I had been Twitch streaming, and I went out there kind of thinking we might give this a shot, and I'll have to go back and look which panelist it was. I definitely remember kind of I think I have an idea who it was. I cannot remember their name, though.
Isn't it Jeremy Crawford?
No, that was a different panel.
Okay.
That was about DMing specifically, and
I swear you quoted him when you were talking about it in the past.
I absolutely have. Different story.
Okay.
That was about DMs letting the players decide the solutions to problems on their own.
Yep. That's
just right. Let the DM just yes-anding them to a solution.
Yep.
Essentially, which I still love. And that sort of deception is the only thing that makes me want to be a DM. Just being able to run that stuff, like, oh yeah, and totally, that was exactly how it was supposed to go. But I don't think I'd be good at that part because I'm a bad poker player.
Scott, I'd love to be a player if you chose to DM. Whatever I can do to supply you with the tools you need.
I know. I refuse to have new experiences. Sort of my thing. It's why Expedition 33 has been restarted and only been played for about 30 minutes.
I got it.
I don't know what my problem is. It might just be rampant ADD.
Commitment kind of thing.
I don't know.
It's like a narrative commitment, that game. It's like you got to be ready to follow along closely. I did put
6.5 hours into Squeak Cross since I bought it yesterday.
Squeak Cross?
Yeah. It's a pick cross game. Which is involved designing shapes for furniture that then gets put into your mouse's house. So it's like pick cross with Animal Crossing.
Oh, sure.
But just the house. And multiple rooms and multiple items to pick up. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You know what else has houses now, Scott?
I walked right into that one. I've ever heard it might be World of Warcraft.
Sir.
Wasn't that? I thought that was supposed to be a thing for a while, though. Wasn't that?
I don't know. They might have teased it at one point. WildStar was like the best implementation of housing prior to this.
I miss WildStar.
Me too.
You brought me into WildStar. And I thank you for it.
Jeff Kurtenacker, the composer, recently, just last fall, published the whole soundtrack on SoundCloud for free for anyone to download.
Nice.
And it's so good. It's one of my favorite game soundtracks. I use it a lot as a sound reference for Chrono with our composer being like, hey, check out this sound. It's awesome. That's what we want.
Wow, yeah, it was an MMO in space. I most closely associated with Futurama.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Which is fine because I made Nibbler in the game.
That's right. That was actually your name.
That was my character name was Nibbler.
Yeah.
Can't believe I got away with it.
I got really into that game, man. I must have made like 100, like not 100, like 30 characters or something. I just kept remaking characters and like playing dress up.
I thought you were going to say they made like 100K on you.
No. I never got like hardcore about it. What killed that game was that they like didn't really have their live service ironed out very well, and they weren't sure who they were catering to. Because they were like, we're the super hardcore game for hardcore raiders. Come be hardcore. And then, like, there weren't that many players that wanted that. So they were like, actually, we take it back. Come play our cool world that's very low-key and fun to explore.
And chill.
And by that time, they were, like, out of money. So they canned it. But it was really cool while it lasted.
I missed the graphics of WildStar. Those were always very good.
Yeah. It
did positional combat, I think, better than WoW did early on.
For sure.
I think WoW ended up just wholeheartedly just stealing a bunch of ideas straight from WildStar, or at least saying, all right, that's the standard now. We're doing it.
Yep. Housing in WoW is very similar to WildStar, too.
That pisses me off.
The main thing, they added like neighborhoods to it, so you're not like alone on an island, which is kind of nice.
The 2DCon Discord in the staff side is blowing up because they just set something up for that.
Oh, sure, yeah. Cool.
I remember when we had a team in Apex Legends. Me, you, and David. Actually, no, I was the alternate. It was you, David, and Matt.
Adam also played frequently.
That's right. Adam also crushed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Me and David still get together online a lot, and shoot the shit. We've been playing a lot of Magic cards lately.
Nice.
Which is very fun.
Don't look at me.
Scott?
I'm not going to play. I'll play Hearthstone single player or Chrono CCG before I play Magic.
Oh, I've heard Chrono CCG is a really good game.
Yeah. I'm not going to know about it because you won't talk about it except to say that.
Well, what else is there to say?
I don't know. Make some metaphysics point that no one's going to... Actually, it's the only thing people are going to remember. What am I talking about?
It's a weird science-based video game. Chrono is very fun. We're in alpha right now, and we have, a handful of active players. It's like a closed alpha, so you have to buy the client to get in. So it's really just like the hardcore players that really like card games and like early access games that are jumping on and giving their feedback and play testing every week.
Not my crowd at all.
No, you'd rather be just low key.
I do not need hard experiences in my life. Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you got a bunch of hardcore people who want to play games because they're badass.
Yeah, and they're giving feedback and trying to like guide the design a little bit. And
that's having really some input.
Yep. But what we really need to do now, on top of like never-ending bug fixing, because there's always more bugs to fix, is we have to get the game to market. We want to get it there by like mid-spring, hopefully by the end of March or so. You heard it here first, viewers.
Dude, that's fast.
Super fast. And so there's pieces that are missing still. Like we need like a tutorial, an onboarding experience, a shop, like the shop infrastructure. And the big one that's really weighing on me is marketing. Just
Preach.
Bringing the game to market, literally. Like, we have a lot of resources to do that. We have a lot of player emails and like a really good story. Some really high-profile card game influencers that are going to help us out.
That's neat.
It's really good. It's a good resource to have, and they're really awesome people. And like our whole team is made up of like all the community leaders of Legends of Runeterra, so like there's just a lot of connections and story and inspiration there. And so a lot of LOR players are pretty hyped about the game once they hear about it.
Nice.
But it's like all the other people. How do we reach them?
You got the people you were designing the game for. Now the rest.
Yeah, because I don't know if LOR players are going to be enough to sustain the game for a long time. Granted, our burn rate is very low. Like we're not Riot Games, so we can keep the game in development even with a relatively small budget. But
yeah,
just the whole like. We don't have the budget to like hire a marketing team. We don't have a production studio. We're still an indie game. And so those are the two things that would really help in the marketing side, because usually when you have a producer who's helping fund your game, like they typically will also offer to take on the marketing of the game as well as the localization of the game. And so since we don't have a producer, it's up to us to contract someone. And for marketing especially, it's really hard to find a good marketing contractor that isn't many, many thousands of dollars. There are a lot of people that will say they're really good at marketing, but then just kind of let you down. And it can be a big cost for not a lot of payoff. So we're really leery of doing that.
Yeah.
Which means that then we have to make all of our own YouTube content, all of our own promotional copy, all of our own announcements, Twitter posts, Discord posts, Yep. You know what I'm talking about.
I hate marketing so much.
Yeah.
It is the worst part.
But it's like, it's critical too. Like if you want to have a community, you got to
100%.
put yourself out there. So
yeah,
that's the tricky thing.
I'm not saying I hate it. You shouldn't do it. I'm saying
Right.
I hate it. I feel bad for you.
I'm excited too, in the sense of this is my mentality shift that I've been trying to enact this weekend. If I begin to telling myself to think a certain way and then just doing that. But the whole, just on the most basic level, boots on the ground, talking to people who are excited about a project and sharing their excitement and responding to it and feeding off of it. That is really as simple as it needs to be. And so I'm going to try to do more of that and just be on socials talking about the game with people, because that's the least I can do,
That's what I should be doing more of with this.
Right.
I'm really kind of excited about what we've been doing with the reels, the shorts, the short form content, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this stuff clips out kind of nice. And I've been taking it all into DaVinci Resolve and just doing it manually and getting that experience, which I'm enjoying. But I've noticed since we've been doing that, throwing more of those out there, the daily downloads have been up a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I find surprising. I don't know why, but that's how marketing works. People see you have some decent content, and then maybe they hang around a bit.
Makes sense.
So I've known about the algorithm since I went to e-commerce college in probably 2002, 2003, something like that. It was by a diploma college, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the first time I heard the idea about working the Google algorithm, and I hated it even back then. And
just SEO, the whole idea of keeping keywords in your content as you go.
Yeah, things like that. So it was way early HTML and CSS stuff, which was not my specialty. I kind of enjoyed the graphic design, the typography, and some of the database design.
Yeah.
But I didn't get too deep into any of it, obviously, because then I went to X-ray school.
I've tried to consciously stay away from the world of marketing in my life.
Ugh.
I work for the public in my day job. I'm in a job where I don't have to market myself because the work always exists. I'm in the conservation field,
Yeah.
And then in theater, you're just self-promoting, so it's kind of its own thing. You're not running a campaign for yourself necessarily, at least at the scale that we're doing theater.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, you're hiring an agent typically. But I'm trying to change my mindset on that. Seeing marketing as just a way to connect with people is a really good way to justify it to me and make it more worthwhile.
Yeah. I need to do more. I should have always been doing more of that on Twin Portals on that Discord. I'm just kind of content to let it be our little neighborhood thing, though.
Right.
I kind of like having one where it's only one or two channels get updated a day. I'm an old man.
Seriously.
I'm hey, no one's arguing.
I know. It's with Twin Portals, we could go the route of extreme, boots on the ground, getting the name out there. But that's never really been the goal of it so far. So
I just organic, slow growth. It feels so much nicer.
Definitely does. And it's less stressful. It feels more authentic.
Yeah.
Those are all great things.
Yeah.
The question is do we ever want to make this a for-profit endeavor?
Yeah.
And because then we'd have to take a different tack on it,
100%.
And I don't know, do you have a benchmark in your mind of if this happened, then I would reconsider a certain star in the sky or kick in the butt. That would be okay, maybe this is the time.
Reconsider what?
Whether or not we should not rebrand. What's the word I'm looking for?
monetize?
I mean,
This dude's all
that's
green.
part of it, but like, just rethink like what we're doing with this content and make it more of like min-max, like taking like a really good show that people value that's local
Yeah.
and like making the push to make it a endeavor that is like a firm fixture in our lives, making a little bit of money. It's sustainable. Like everyone's, being
It requires
for their time.
a different kind of currency, which is free time.
Yes, for sure.
And that, with the group we have been working with so far in Twin Portals, finding free time's been a bit of a challenge. So,
True.
you want to talk about scheduling a D&D game?
I got lots of nights.
We'll get, that's how fast, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to derail a thing.
That's true.
Is just who's got time, who's willing to commit to this, which 4 other people can you get all together at one time? No kids, no theater, no projects, no one's sick. That's the struggle.
Going back to the question though, like what would make that struggle worth like
I don't know, like
diving into,
Here's the thing is that my steady belief is that if you just put out good content constantly, or not even constantly, if you just show a record of doing good work and caring about your viewer and caring about what you're doing, then eventually something builds from that. Eventually someone sees that. Eventually you reach a tipping point of putting out good looking reels and decent quality videos that have been edited. And it looks like somebody spent some time on this. You eventually get enough people that buzz starts going around.
Yeah.
And that sort of natural discovery happens.
Like a viral moment, kind of almost like a tipping point.
I don't even want to call it like a viral moment, because a viral moment to me just feels so TikTok-y. It feels so
temporary, kind of
like, yeah, like it feels like a sugar rush. It feels like a Jolt Cola, just get it all in me at once.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you crash out. Whereas I've looked at and I'm not an analytics guy. I don't know all the stats. I don't, and we pay for basically the cheapest service we can on Libsyn. But once we started putting shorts out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok until it got rebought, and that last one was like, we're done. We're just like, the downloads of the audio version went up and stayed at a level that it has never been at. It's multiple. I mean, we'd always had usually multiple a day, but now it's gone up double, triple, quadruple. I mean, we have a finite amount of content. We're not putting tons of stuff out. I mean, it's 100 some hours, but you can only download them, and then you're not going to really delete them and download them and delete them and download them over and over again. So
right.
I have to believe that putting out the short form content, the 15, 30, 45 second clips, are causing people to actually go and look. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any paid advertising. I don't think I've ever put anything on Reddit about it. A little bit on Blue Sky, and then Upscrolled is the new TikTok. Let's see if that ever takes off. So I feel a little confident, a little hope in that maybe we continue to grow and people say, hey, we want more of this. That's the other thing, is that we've been doing it at the pace we've been doing it, and everyone has been content with that.
Right.
Once a month, we're just kind of cranking them out. No one has been saying, hey, let's do this twice a month. It's when more people have energy and more people want to see it and want to do it. That was the first tipping point. People coming to me and saying, oh, I got this great idea. Do we have time?
Sure. Well, I think keeping it to the studio will definitely help with that direction.
I would hope.
Yeah. I mean, the barrier to entry is suddenly more manageable.
Yeah. And
your editing time seems to be decreased.
Oh, man.
Because that's like the biggest time sink of all of it, really. I feel.
Oh.
Besides the studio setup.
I would say studio setup number one for sure.
Okay.
And I have to keep counting that, because until this year, until now, we'd been doing 2 episodes and then tearing down
right
dragging it down to wherever we're doing it, setting it up, doing a thing, packing it back up, bringing it back here and setting it all back up.
Right.
That's a ridiculous amount of work over and over again. And so to now just be able to take this episode and copy it over and then take it downstairs and throw it on my computer into my new big sexy 8 terabyte hard drive and just sort of go at it like that and then have most of this ready to go for whatever we do next month. Like that is so big to me.
Yeah.
Because this has been 6-8 hours of work getting this set up this week.
Right.
To not have to do that is nobody else realizes what a big deal that is.
Except for you.
Yeah.
So I'm
excited. Like I had a meeting with Beth yesterday talking about, we want to do more FemStems Gem stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think Beth, Bailey, and Laura are getting together next week. And the way I told Beth, I said, FemStems Gems was really good. And I liked it a lot, but it felt so unfair to be like, hey, you've got this 90 minutes, say everything that's gone wrong with tabletop, from a gender perspective that I haven't thought about.
Yeah.
Clock's ticking.
Yep.
So I said, the proof of concept worked fantastic. Can't ask for anything more except for more. So what would y'all do if you had, say, call it 6 episodes, call it, an hour each? Do you think you would be able to tell a story, or would you find use for that time? And they all just jumped at it and said, oh, absolutely. We're going to figure something out. So they're talking about it, I think, next week. And the hope is to have that content independent of the Twin Portals content that we are coming up with.
I feel like that's, if you can keep up the editing workload, like that's a big step. I always look at MinMax for some reason, just because they're local and they're awesome.
Love it.
But they have a team and they have like multiple lines of shows that they produce regularly. And I'm not sure when that started, probably like from the inception, because they were all experienced.
They also
journalists.
have the advantage of doing it remotely.
Sure. Yeah, I suppose.
That's a huge difference.
Usually.
Then you can just have somebody record their stream or set something up and then put it up that way with some post editing.
Yep. I'm
assuming that's how I would do it if I was trying to do that now.
But we also kind of have the unique advantage of being able to get together. Like that's valuable too.
I don't consider getting together to be a disadvantage. I think I love it. It just kind of removes some of their automation. It makes it a little tougher to do that. But having another team of people looking at the same topics or even different topics from a different perspective than you or I have, I think is huge. I'm really excited to learn a lot. Just kind of talking about some of the episodes, some of the topics they were talking about. It's like one of the things that they were brainstorming was allergies, dietary restrictions, things like that. And well, you say sure. I was like, well, how does that relate to? It's like, well, you don't have any allergies, right? Well, everyone else at a table might. I'm like, okay. You don't do any cooking, do you? I go, no. Yeah, you guys should probably talk about this. I think I could probably learn a lot. I'm just going to sit over there in the Godzilla corner and shut my mouth and learn. And I'm really excited. I was like, I want them to have that time to be able to share these stories or give these perspectives in a space that they feel comfortable doing it, and then put a nice polish on it. And so I'm excited to see what that comes into. And I want to get us with some more stuff. Are we going to be doing every other month, you think, for story stuff?
I was thinking we should do every month at a minimum.
I would love to. I was just kind of looking at you had made that sweet Google list that, because it's a spreadsheet, I apparently think I'm beholden to it now. I don't know.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Once it's in Excel form, then it's code.
Yep. Yeah. But just like keeping a story through line and playing every 2 months is tough. So
I think so too.
I think I'd rather do it more often and then see what else we can do the rest of the year.
Yeah. And see if you want to come on over here more than once a month.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing theater anymore, so give me my stage, Scott.
We're good until July for me.
Let's just hang out. What's in July for you?
If I ever freaking announce it, I'll tell you.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
Being a director is hard, Scott. Have you ever directed a show besides like
this one? This one and never again. No, directing I never got into. My theater technical skills, I think, basically stopped around sound design. Sound effects. I never did anything with lighting except for just aim lights as told.
Sure.
Which was fun to do. Especially with a guy like John running the show. So good. I can't tell if I painted that or not. That just might be the color of his primer.
This Periton is getting like murdery and patriotic at the same time.
Have you done? You've done 4.
I'm just letting them dry.
He's done 4. I'm still futzing around with Shaleheart over here.
Scott's the details guy.
Just because I got the good cameras on. You're going to see how much of it is not true.
How's that looking? Let's see.
It's tough to tell. Like I jacked up the monitor in the last live show, I think.
At the end of it, can we like set up a quick like super close zoom in to just capture the finished product?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long that would take.
I don't know. My brain just blinked.
We don't have to.
I stopped. Like my mind just.
We can take photos later too.
I started thinking like, I could switch the camera lens.
And the wormhole opened.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, you watched it happen live. My brain just tried to figure out how to do all of that.
Creativity is fickle and fun.
I love that I'm just palming this thing too. It's like I don't even care that I'm getting ink all over my hands and then getting more ink all over Shaleheart.
What's your vote, Scott? Nuln Oil, Agrax Earthshade, or Shadow Wash?
I think Earthshade should be mine.
Okay.
Because I'm doing Shaleheart. But that's the only reason. So.
With Nuln Oil. Ah! No!
Oh!
I went with it.
There you go, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Didn't get too far.
That Nuln Oil got a... Yeah, I put on the nice microphones because I said we didn't splatter any paint. And what's the first thing you do an hour and a half in?
It didn't go that way. It's got a nice shield, see? So like...
Yeah, and it matches the color anyway, so I'll never know. Yeah, right after I was talking about breaking the field monitor.
Right.
That was probably the hardest part of the live shows, was just constantly worrying about what's going to break because there was never anything in the budget for a repair or a replacement.
Seriously. Nerve-wracking.
And every live show, I would have a bunch of volunteers who I was very grateful for helping to pack up so we could get out of there in a reasonable hour. And the other side of my brain is just like, oh God, something's going to break.
How did we do? Like, I assume we like lost stuff, misplaced stuff all the time, but breaking stuff?
John runs a real good show. He runs a tight ship when he's doing stuff like that. So successes I credit to John. John would credit me. This is the one time I will take credit for something. Kaizen. I'm constantly improving things. I'm trying small tweaks. My genius tweak that John loved me for was when I was making packing lists for the 5-6 boxes of stuff that I have. Mm-hmm. I would write the packing list with the bottom of the box at the top of the list. So when somebody was new, somebody who wasn't doing this all the time came in, they would be able to start at the top and know that that was the first thing that should go in. That means it should go on the bottom. It probably weighs the heaviest, yada, something like that. So that one thing just made clarity so much easier to achieve when all of that stuff was going on.
Makes a ton of sense.
And so John loved me for that one. And that was a feather in the cap that I'll always keep. Anytime you can impress the techs.
Especially John Brophy.
John really knows his stuff.
And he's honest as well.
Yeah. A couple of frayed cables here and there. Like I'm going to have to probably buy a fresh pack of 25-foot XLRs, but that's after 6 years of road. I mean, we did 20 road shows.
Exactly 20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of white for the teeth here. Shaleheart's going to have good teeth. What kind of cons are you doing this summer, bud?
Well, I have one on my docket.
Just the one.
Just the one. Excalibur Con 2026. Are there more that I'm forgetting?
I don't know, probably.
No, I'm heavily involved in Excalibur Con's planning this year, especially the TTRPG side of it. So This is the call to any viewers. We are looking for DMs and for players for the different halls of Excalibur Con. There's going to be so much more space this year.
What's the dates?
August 15th and 16th, I believe.
Saturday, Sunday?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. There's going to be some kind of a live show, just like last year, with some celebrity talent and some local talent.
Didn't ask me.
Are you volunteering, Scott?
I'm busy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The show that night.
Yeah, the mystery show. You could just announce it and then not publish this episode until it's actually news.
It's in the contract now. I can.
We're rogues.
I will. I still will. That's my calls. We need to know what else you want to see us do. Yeah. We're going to do... We talked about a Session Zero episode, which I like. I think we've talked about Session Zero before.
We have. Yeah, in various like talky episodes of Twin Portals, we've described it.
And I don't want to talk about the same stuff again is the problem.
Yeah, the thing about Session Zeros is that like it's not a terribly complex concept, like at its most essential, it's just like talk and listen to each other before you start playing a role-playing game. And have some boundaries, some healthy tools.
I think that's where Fem Stems Gems would have some words with you.
I mean, is that not what it is at its most essential?
I think it is, but I think with the way you played it off isn't so easy.
It's like a low-key thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you bang this out in 15, 20 minutes tops.
I don't mean to imply that it's not like a very significant and important thing. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't want to speak out of place either, but
if you like boil down what a whole episode of it is about, it would be like listen and talk and have boundaries and be kind.
Yeah, it's sort of setting up all those expectations. Like you use it to talk about or to figure out what people want in an adventure, what they're looking for this run.
I've done that before.
Yep. I think you did for the original one. In fact, come to think of it, I was doing a little cleaning in here because I finally could. I found Twin Portal Session 0 from September 30th, 2018.
Sick.
Form responses. This being a podcast and live show, what sort of things do you think are important as a player to make the game as audience friendly as possible? All these questions that we made our friends fill out.
Thank you, friends. Thank you for
going
for it.
No. And then your house rules that we never talked about again, character creation, table expectations that we should have looked at a long time ago. Recording live game guidelines, stuff like that. Found it in I guess it was on the floor. It was one of my pets. No. I mean, I hadn't looked at it since 2018, so I'm as much to blame as anyone.
I feel like, I don't know. It also doesn't have to be like a Bible, it can be a living thing too. Yeah. Whatever your rules are in your house.
Makes sense.
Play style.
That makes sense.
But now we're taken away from that Session 0 episode.
Well, yeah, but I was just kind of like thinking now out loud, how do we make it Session 0? How do we talk about the importance of a Session 0 without just running through the things?
Well, I think you have to talk about more than just how important it is, because like that's the baseline assumption, right?
Yeah.
Like it's critical to a good experience is to plan it.
Yeah.
So instead you can talk about like more broadly like player communication and what works and what doesn't in the context of Session 0, and then like following the Session 0, like as you start to actually get into it. Because I think that's where things start to fall apart, in D&D games. Is not like the Session 0, but like once you're in the trenches of playing a game. So maybe just like making it more like a communication focused episode and just talking about like planning and scheduling and Session 0 and kind of all these intermingled pieces of setting up a good game of D&D.
I just dunked right in this one, right?
Pretty much.
Sweet, thanks.
Yep. Get it all over.
Yeah, communication. Probably a good place to start, huh?
I think so. This music's nice.
Yeah, what is this? This is a little Final Fantasy?
It's like Final Fantasy. This is Celia's, right? Or no, but it's from FF6. Maybe not.
Is this an Aerith theme? From 7?
I think you're right. I've actually never played 7, but I've heard this so many times.
I don't know who should be more ashamed. You or me.
Should I play 7?
I think you should play 7. I don't know if it still holds up, but it's game of the century or whatever.
Play the original or the new one?
I'd play the original.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you like those old ones? Those old RPGs?
I haven't played one in a long time. I played Claire Obscura. That was the most recent turn-based RPG, and that's pretty action-focused.
Yeah, it's not as action-focused, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I loved FF6 and Chrono Trigger.
Oh, if you like 6, you like 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty similar.
Yeah, that's an easy ad.
But, like, that was, a while ago. Like, I don't know if now I have the patience and time to sink into a meandering story. I guess I do like story. That's true. That's enough. All right, I'm sold. Do it.
no one's saying Final Fantasy VII doesn't hit in the story department, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or you want to know
I've been
why?
doing a lot of like late night like YouTube scrolling, like unhealthily, and my algorithms serve me up a lot of like Final Fantasy Advent Children and random gameplay from.
I got to see Advent Children in the theater.
Cool.
I actually had tickets to both the subbed and the dubbed.
Cool.
And the dubbed version had an error in the file, so we all got refunds. And I got to go back the next night and see the subbed version, which I like better anyways. I don't really want to do the crystal thing. I'm not confident about it. I think I'm going to leave this unpainted until I know more about it.
Just splash some earth shade on it. I think I might have covered this flame with a little too much paint.
See, that's my worry.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to take the paint back. I think the pink is popping real nice in there. I wonder what'll happen if I do a little bit of wash on the pink tongue.
Wash is awesome for mouths on minis.
Let's find out. Oh man, Ionishiki crushed it in sumo last basho.
When does like the top person get dethroned, and does he have a shot of that?
I believe once you reach Yokozuna, you can't lose that rank except via scandal. Ionishiki is a 21-year-old kid, came out of Ukraine, fleeing the war, and is now the third or fourth highest ranking sumo in Japan, which is a little unheard of, rising through the ranks this fast.
Yeah.
So, he had known some folks in the sumo world just from competitions, which he got into at school. But then when Russia invaded, he had a choice to make, continue his athletic career or not.
Right.
And so he ended up in Japan at they're called stables, with some folks that he had known, but he wasn't officially in the stable, I don't think. He was just sort of working out. He didn't have a job. I don't think he could do it. So he had to get picked up by a stable. And I might be butchering that part of the story a little bit. Anyways, he finds a place and he starts getting internees and rising through the ranks extremely quickly. And now, he is going to be considered for Yokozuna if he wins the next tourney, possibly the next two. So every couple of months, I get dialed into the NHK sumo website, which updates faster than the NHK YouTube website. They broadcast it live during when it's not daylight savings, 10:30 a.m. So I have an alarm set for like 10:20, be up, be in front of the computer, have NHK World open, watch the end of the live broadcast, check out the temperature in Beijing and in Costa Rica and all the places they give the world. And then they just jump to a half-hour broadcast of the previous day's highlights. And it's just like a half-hour TV show like you would normally see, like Dateline or something. Just like, and here we go. Here's the sumo recap. So 25 to 27 minutes, English narration with all of the sumo terminology done in Japanese. So you start picking that up, and you start picking up the names of the wrestlers and learning where they were last tourney, how fast did they rise from the last division, and who's injured, who has a winning or losing record against this one, things like that. And you start watching it and you pick a couple favorites. Bang. That's all it takes.
It's kind of like WWE, but like real.
Honestly. Yeah. It's my favorite aspect of it is there are no weight classes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just man versus man. They still know women. That part of culture has not caught up to where it should be. There's still debates about whether or not the female prime minister should even be allowed to set foot on the dojo because it's sacred ground. Jeez. So, and that's
like, there's no like low key, like women's league.
Not that I know of, but I haven't looked for it. And they haven't talked about it on NHK World.
Sure.
That's as much as I know about it. So, but yeah, I just started watching it and got obsessed with it. I love watching the little guys who are giving up 150, 200 pounds to these guys who are 6'8", 430 pounds. Just absolute monsters. And you got a guy who's 5'9", 230 pushing him out of a ring.
Yeah.
Or throwing him to the ground. And that's all it is.
It's pretty epic.
Anyways, the next bash will be in March.
So they're
every 2 months. They have 6 a year.
I want to see this guy rise to the top, man. That's
Ainishki?
Yeah.
I do too.
It's like the shonen anime protagonist.
Yeah.
Story.
I think he might have a rough one. Everybody's going to be gunning for him. Everyone's going to be gunning for him. And Ono Sato, who is one of the Yokozuna, he's the most recent Yokozuna, he was wrestling most of that tournament with a bad left shoulder. And I think he beat Ainishki both times. And the last time, like on day 14 of 15, he just got his hand up on Ainishki's neck, throat area, and that was just it. The reach, he couldn't overcome it. It was too fast, too quick, too strong.
Sure.
Ainishki couldn't get inside, and he got pushed out. And I think everybody's going to be studying that. Everyone's going to be watching, because there's going to be a little bit of national pride in taking down Ainishki and making sure he doesn't get up to Yokozuna.
Sure, yeah. Shit, man.
They're not Russian.
Oh, we can swear now more. Fucking shit. That's our, well, not too much. Got to keep it classy.
We just talked about how many kids were at the last live show, which is why I'm trying to keep it clean.
I'm not, excuse me. I'm not.
Listen, every time he swears, his throat gets a little worse.
It's like a fairy curse. No, I don't censor myself very much at home with my kids.
Really?
And I forget that a lot of parents do that. Yeah, and I mean, not to get into parenting styles too much, but
yeah, whatever. It's just the two of us. This is just brown. I'm just making brown.
This is probably going to reflect poorly on me, but I was playing God of War 2018 with Eliza yesterday, which is a very violent game. She's really into it. She's like, Dad, this is way too violent for me, but I still want to keep watching.
Did she really say that to you?
She literally said that, yeah. And I was like, we can turn it off.
Does Angela watch this?
She does, yeah. She's pretty low-key, too.
All right. Hi, Angela. Don't say it. You keep telling your story, monster.
Anyway, that's a little story, and Eliza's experimented with swear words, and we're never don't swear at home. It's more just you can say that word at home, but not at school. So as long as you remember that. And she's decent about it.
We would swear in front of my niece, Ellie, at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, or basically any table, any dinner table, any place where there's food.
Mm-hmm.
When she was 14, 13, 12, things like that, and still at that giggle at the swears age. And I think it was when she was 13 or 14, when she tried using one. I go, nope, that's it. You got to learn how to swear first. Listen to us swear and learn where it goes and where you can start making changes, things like that. Swear right.
That's how I see it.
That's how you do it. Use it properly.
I don't want to make it a taboo, and I want to teach Eliza and Will to, use language in all of its colors.
If I was a parent, I'd be and we're going to watch George Carlin.
Right.
And he's going to talk to us about free speech and importance of standing up for what you believe in, all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Did he do that?
Yeah. 7 Dirty Words went to the Supreme Court.
Oh, wow. I got to watch that documentary of his life. I watched the beginning of it, but didn't finish it.
Which one's that?
It was on HBO.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Yeah.
I got to see George Carlin twice in person.
Wow.
I'm very happy about it. Both times at the Deck Auditorium.
Wow. I'm jealous.
Front row the first time I was 18. And I was about, it doesn't matter, bunch of rows back a few years later. I did not get to go see him when I was in middle school, and I was pissed. Which I can say now because we can swear, Matías says.
You said pissed. That's disgusting and vulgar, David. Or David Scott. How dare you? I'm used to calling David vulgar, so I just came out. Sorry, David.
What have you had to drink over there, bud?
Energy drinks. I'm running on pretty low sleep. So that's
you're a parent.
Sick kids is fun.
Everyone's got sick kids.
Right now, especially, it seems like it's just kind of a weird season for it.
Does this look like just one color to you?
Well, that's beautiful. Stain it with my dirty hands.
Do whatever.
No, it looks like many colors to me.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I think it's all right. I threw a little bit of wash on there. Got a little bit of wash in the mouth. A few other spots. Looks like he's got white claws up front and doing the gray claws for the propulsion. That's what it is. It's for extra speed.
I'm going to try a bit of dry brushing and then call it, I think.
On all yours? Or just those?
Well, on the gold coins and the gold dragon we'll start with.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll look at your intellect developer, especially since I got some pink up.
Yeah, that one went pretty fast for me.
What color did you do the ground?
I didn't. I just used a wash.
Okay. Just a wash on them? Sweet.
I haven't been going crazy on the ground.
You didn't want to do another 3-hour mini painting session?
Honestly, I could. Like, I just, when you said it was an hour 40, I was like, really? It feels just like 45 minutes to me. I like this a lot, Scott. Thank you for inviting me over to paint minis.
I actually have not looked at this list in a little bit, what we're talking about.
Yeah, the one thing on my mind was just like talking about other stuff that we can do for Twin Portal shows. Like, we talked about a Session Zero show. We talked about FTG. Talked about getting some story content out again later this year.
Yeah.
And we've asked our viewers, just to bring it back again, to give us any feedback about what kind of things you think would be really cool to see on a channel with a bunch of Duluth creatives.
Yeah, Brandon gave us some great suggestions too, which we're going to have to get into. I told you about those already. I don't have them in front of me. Anyways, yes, suggestions for things that you want to see, things that you don't want to see, things that we're doing right, things that we're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, did the family like Evie's art?
Yeah. Yeah, it's right. It's prominently on my desk.
Did you said you were going to hide it?
No, it's not hidden. It's out of reach of my kids.
Yes. That was the goal.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, there's like a lot of options for like, D&D and DM focused one-off content. I hate using the word content, but just like interesting.
What do you want to call it?
I don't know. It's the thing. It's like kind of an appropriate word. It's like
programming, material.
Yeah, material.
Shows. Sessions.
Groovy goodies.
Episodes.
We go with groovy goodies. I
like calling the talking ones Talkie Talks.
Sure.
Because I got that from Mark Briscoe.
Talkie Talk.
We do a little Talkie Talk. So like the DM session, that was a Talkie Talk one.
Yep.
So we set it for Talkie Talks.
This is kind of, sorry, I'm getting into the dry brushing now. It's actually looking kind of decent. You see how it kind of made it like way more shimmery?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like a washed out yellow and now it's like evenly.
I think it's rude that you wanted to talk about your mini.
Sorry, I'm just so into it.
I like it. I genuinely don't remember. Oh yeah, other content. The one that got instant reaction from folks in my circle was spicy content.
Dear
viewers, children's, take the headphones out.
Yep. Spicy meaning like where we eat like hot wings and play D&D.
No.
With our shirts off.
Possibly that other one, maybe. I don't know. So there was a meme going around. There was a TV show in the 80s and 90s on USA. USA would always show late night movies. It was awesome. One of them was called Up All Night. That was the name of the program. And they would just show movies. Gilbert Gottfried was the host one time. That's how I met or knew of Gilbert Gottfried. Well, Sandra Bernhardt was introducing one called Pit of Sin. Well, the caption on that, double jointed porn queens, slimy sex peddlers, archaic rituals that mock the institution of marriage. The meme caption is, what's coming up in the next D&D session?
Yeah, exactly.
And I go, my friends will think this is funny.
But actually.
And so, add to story. Mm-hmm. within 5 minutes. Bloom, 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 bloom. Hey, when are we doing this one? When this one's up. People that we played with are like, oh, let's do this. Let's rock and roll. We can set are we talking about this? And I'm like, whoa. There's interest in this?
Right.
I genuinely, and this is what I found out later, I'm the weird one who has never played a spicy D&D session. Never once. I think all of the D&D I've played has been basically with you and then at a little bit at Warrior Brewing. That's it.
For sure.
I have been made to think I'm the weird one in this.
For being interested in a spicy show?
No, for having never done it.
Oh, my experience is so limited, Scott. It's all in my imagination, just like D&D.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah. So you don't need to feel too self-conscious. You know what? We take all walks.
So yeah, it's kind of like improv, I suppose, where you just got an excuse to flirt with your friends. But that's just D&D as a whole. I'm been apparently made to understand.
There aren't enough healthy outlets for adults to flirt with each other.
That's true.
Just like as a general, I don't know. I guess people are weird, so maybe flirting is like it's good to have boundaries. Did you see one of the Olympic athletes on Sunday? One of the figure skaters, I think, was like, my favorite thing to do is play Magic the Gathering. And they like did a little special on like her collection.
I did not.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Magic is the game that most people ask me if I play.
Sure.
And I'm like, no, I don't. I tried it once. Laura beat me. I said, this game sucks and we'd never play it again.
Is she down for it?
No, she played it once, had a terrible experience because I made it awful. And I think had more terrible experiences with other toxic males in her life at the time.
It's nice that you could share that experience, though. Right?
Look, I know I'm the problem in a lot of things. My attitude, mostly. I've got paperwork saying so. from people who used to pay me money.
Well, what do they know?
I don't know. I'm glad to not. I'm doing all right. I'm painting this mini.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so spicy content.
Yeah, well, it got so far as I started looking up gaming systems.
Okay, sure. Like specifically focused.
Yeah, specifically focused on adult content.
Yeah.
Whereas I know there would be enough to make it work with 5th edition. When we got out from under MSAB's generous umbrella, it also made me think, what if we got away from Hasbro too?
Yeah.
So that's constantly in my mind looking for kind of other systems. And there are some interesting ones. The one that seemed most fleshed out is this pleasant one called Violence and Vices, or Vices and Violence. I think I wrote it down.
V&V, I mean.
Yeah, Vice and Violence.
Makes sense.
And they knew their audience, obviously. They're playing on all the things, so.
Yeah. There's a ton of stuff on Kickstarter. Like, I feel like I always browse the TTRPG section. It's just like, look at all these funky, like, kink-focused game systems or modules. And it's always, like, very, there's, like, a community attached to it. And, like, all these people that are like, yeah, this is awesome.
That was the kind of thing, I kind of looked into that too, just to kind of see where the support was. Everyone that I looked at had different levels of quality, of maturity, of seriousness,
right.
Of, I guess the thing that I looked at the most is the one that seemed most like it would take people's feelings into consideration at the start.
Sure.
To try to help work around some of those issues right at the beginning. So, and I think Vice and Violence did a pretty good job of that. Also, it has the most professional looking one of the free options.
Nice.
I don't even know how you do that then. Like, do you, how do you shoot that? Who do you get for that? Like, that's a whole big can of worms. What's the content? You definitely have a thick session 0 for that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to talk to everyone and see what they want to do.
Yeah.
Go from there.
But that's awkward.
Talking?
Yeah, about sex and comfort. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's hard enough to get a regular game going.
That is the biggest challenge, always.
Yeah. But lots of possibilities. I'm real excited for FTG. I want to see what they bring.
One thing I want to talk about was the West Marches content. I've talked in the past about, like, what I'd like to have is a system for myself and maybe a few other DMs locally to run games in a setting that are collaborative, where players can tell stories and share their stories and play off of each other's stories.
Yeah.
And so that could be, in home games. It could be in recorded episodes of Twin Portals. It could be on our Discord for folks to sign up for.
Like a whole universe.
Yeah, kind of. Like just a lot of adventure hooks and material for DMs and players to use to tell cool stories.
I'd never considered that we could have a situation where a game on the Discord would then affect what we did in the studio later on.
Right. That'd be the fun part, right? We could bring
that
in
would be
more
totally,
people.
Yeah.
So, I really want to do that. I'm slow burning it right now because of, like I said, Chrono CCG is supposed to be entering beta by the end of March, and so that is taking up my nights every night.
I can come just push the button for you. It's just like press the button to make it go, right?
It's right there on the Steam page, man. It's very tempting. It's like, just launch it.
Then you don't have to do any more work.
Right. Yeah. Everyone knows live service games are famously just done and solved once you launch them.
Yeah, right at 1.0.
Yeah. But we have a good team, though. Like, the crew has been getting more and more skilled and just, like, responsible. It's been great building this team on Chrono. But anyway, West Marches would be super fun to run on Discord and in recorded episodes and have those sync up. And so my plan is to get going with that this spring, hopefully April, May-ish. So we'll start laying the groundwork for that now and see where it goes.
All done? Look like you're...
I think I'm done with these 4 for now.
Yeah, yes. That's a big one to pick up now at 2 hours into this, so that Aboleth.
Well, and Eliza actually, like, I laid them all out, and she was like, she grabbed this one and was like, Dad, this one I'm going to paint, and it's going to be blue and purple and green with some yellow on the ends. So don't take this one. And I took it. Sorry, Eliza.
Don't do it.
I was like, it's a special monster to me too, but I saved it for the end, and yeah, it's a big one. So I'll bring it home, and Eliza can make her cool rainbow Aboleth, and I can use that.
Nice. I got one good shale heart done, I think.
Looks really nice.
For a first pass, I'm pretty happy on that. We got different layers of browns and copper across different parts of Shaleheart's body, and then some differing claw colors, and then the pink on the tongue. And you're right, the wash really helped pick up some of the details. I'll try to take some pictures and add those on later. I think I missed the eyes, and there's some gill stuff that I could have touched up on. So, yeah, I'm definitely happier working with larger models, I got to say. It's just more confidence that I'm not just splashing things all over the place.
Tarrasque model for Christmas.
Friggin' Tarrasque. You love the Tarrasque.
I do. It's the Godzilla of D&D, man.
I had another idea for a possible show, like a talkie talk.
Okay.
Like a Twin Portals lore dump. Do you have your old notebooks from old episodes with things that we never discovered or never...
Oh, yeah. Got all of it.
Yeah. That you wouldn't miss if you just had an opportunity to tell people about?
Yeah. Well, like a lot of the season 1 stuff would be just like Waterdeep Dragon Heist stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I absolutely do have a lot of material like that.
The DM's cutting room floor or torn out pages, something like that. Like what? And is there a DM focused show based off of that? The best ideas you've never had, or the best ideas you've never been able to use. Is there something we could put together for that?
We have to think of a structure so it's not just like a bunch of DMs just like vomiting out like all their repressed ideas.
I hate DMs
so that's what I would do. So I mean, like mainly for myself, I would need like
focus and a point.
Yeah, like don't just blurt out.
What about
your C-reel, Matías?
What about your 5-room dungeon made out of just experiences that you never got to use?
Like make one?
Yeah,
out of that'd be a fun. Yeah. So we'd have to like lay out our past experiences that we haven't used,
like Twin Portals Cliff Notes,
and then like clip them apart and then put them back together again in a 5-room dungeon. That could be very fun, Scott. Yes, the juices are flowing.
We got something out of the episode. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We got flowing juices. Bringing it back.
It's too moist in here already. Leave me alone. I had the humidifier running like crazy because it's February in Minnesota. There's carpet on this floor. Everything's made of metal and static in here. I hate it. Everything gives me a shock. But strangely, The monitor looks better now than when we started. There's way less flicker.
Oh, is that from the moisture?
I have no idea. I think I broke it during the last live show. I think I hot swapped too much, and now there's a red flicker on most of the screens.
I didn't notice it until you pointed out. Yeah,
I've been looking at it for the last 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Are we wrapping that up, bud?
Let's call it.
You're wrapping?
GG, sir. GP.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about while we're wrapping? You got nothing, right? We're coming back with probably session 0 in March, we're thinking.
I think that's what was on our calendar, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We got to reach out to people. And then.
Yeah. I that's my bad. I dropped the ball on that one. But session 0 and then get a crew together and get back to playing some D&D up here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that a little bit?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get back into a routine.
Yep.
I'd be doing that. Anders was talking about it feels weird to create while it kind of feels like fiddling while Rome burns. Playing D&D and recording it and things like that with all the stuff going on. But at the same time, I've got other people saying the artist's got to keep making art.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to do. The studio has never looked better because the way I stop doom scrolling is I come up here and I fucking work. So we're going to keep doing this for a little bit longer, I hope.
Hell yeah.
All right, bud. Love ya.
Love you too.
Let's get out of here. Yay! Slam them down. Break them.